It's
Once you're treated like a legal citizen in this country, you're literally a fucking slave. That's right? Is that a right? Should that be right?
Again, your grievance is what the employers.
Should that be right? If
your
you're
grievance,
a citizen, you should be treated as a fucking slave in this country.
Just calm down for a second.
So ICE is doing a lot of fucking shit wrong.
Myron Gaines schools this woke fool having a total meltdown for migrants while he attacks ICE and complains about slavery in America in this heated college debate, as Myron Gaines takes this idiot to task on America's immigration crisis, explaining all the chaos going on is the result of leftist Democrats' woke policies. Let's get in.
Okay, you want to come on up? All right, man. Awesome. All right. Much respect to you for coming up on the mic.
All right. You want... I'm going to do what you have on your billboard right here.
Okay. ICE did nothing wrong?
Okay, okay. You... Okay. Do you know about... All right. Do you know about the H-2A program for agricultural workers in the U.S.?
I'm somewhat familiar with it.
Okay, so the H-2A program allows for agricultural workers from countries, for example, Latin America, East Asia, wherever. So come to the U.S. and they can work farms legally under legal precedence.
They can work what?
They can work legally in the U.S.
Okay.
Okay, but there is a lot of restrictions with that visa. Okay. Employers have a lot of jurisdiction over over the migrant workers. A lot of them aren't allowed to leave the facilities. And basically, a lot of violations have included accusations of literally live slavery. Slavery happening to these workers. They cannot leave. They have no jurisdiction over their rights. And a lot of them are facing conditions such as field housing. They don't have any property rights on top of tenants too, so they're not legally even tenants. And if you're a tenant renting, they don't even have property rights. You hear me? There's people out here who don't even have property rights, and they're coming here legally and being used as slave labor. People are being used as slaves right now here in America. And because of ICE not doing anything, ICE not doing anything but deport people who are here looking for a better life, looking to support their dream. These people, you can't even defend legal immigration through the H-2A program.
So is your grievance with the visa or
with
ICE or both?
Because immigrants, even if you try to go through the legal process in this country, you can't even have your own freedom. You can't even have your own freedom. Because under this H-2A program, these migrant workers have the ability to rank and file and go about their business if the work isn't good. But workers under this condition don't even have a right as working people.
Let's address the visa first. When it comes to the visa, I've said this before. I think we need an immigration moratorium for 1 to 5 years so that we can fix the visa system, because we have a broken visa system in the United States. This is what I was alluding to. We have a broken visa system. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of problems, whether it's people overstaying their F1s or J1s, people coming out on B1, B2s and abusing it that way.
And that's a fault on employers, though. Yeah, that's not a fault on the people working.
No, I get that. But
that's a fault on the employers.
But we need stricter regulation. We need to reform our entire visa and immigration program in the first place. Now, when it comes to your issues with ICE, what ICE is doing is simply deporting people that are out of status. It's that simple. Because this has been a problem that's been getting...
It's not as simple as out of status.
I mean, if they're out of status, they're out of status.
They're increasing their enforcement. But these people, these workers are the one who handle...
They're increasing their enforcement. Here's the thing. They're increasing their enforcement.
And the people can't even go legally through the process. Once they go legally through the process, they don't even have rights as people in this country. So even if you go legally through the process,
they actually do have rights.
Fucking rights.
Yeah, they do have rights. They go see an immigration judge.
Because these H-2A workers are under slave conditions.
Again, they do have rights if they're apprehended by ICE. They go see an immigration judge. The immigration judge makes the call. But you got to understand that immigration court is not the same as criminal court. Two completely different infrastructures. This is being live streamed, right? Yeah, it's live. Yeah. So there's a completely different infrastructure for immigration court versus, a criminal court. Now, with that said, if people are here illegally, bro, it's pretty cut and dry. Are you out of status or not? If you're out of status, you're going to get deported. Simple as that. And we've been allowing people to kind of coast. Hold on. Let me just finish my point. The reason why, right, the reason why this is a problem, and we've been kicking this can down the road, is because we've got to a point now where people being in the country illegally, people think, oh, well, they should still be able to stay even though they're here illegally. And we've just been kicking the can down the road on this problem and not deporting people, not enforcing immigration, not doing interior enforcement, and that's created a lot of problems. And that's why people are so shocked and uncomfortable right now when the ERO and ICE and all these guys are actually doing their jobs. But this should have been done years ago. But it's so shocking to everyone because we've come to this complacent, comfortable position where it's like, oh yeah, if people are here illegally, if people are here illegally, they continue to stay.
Even if these
Yeah, folks, let me know down below if you agree with the deportations, like Myron Gaines is pointing out, because absolutely I do. I'm sorry. These people, like he said, if you're out of status, if you're not obeying the law, if you're here illegally, you got to go. And I do find it amusing that this guy wants to complain, this woke idiot, complaining about slavery conditions. They agreed to it. They agreed to the terms when they came over. Now, you may not like migrant workers. I'm not a huge fan of them. But that's how it goes all over the world. Why? Because you're not a citizen. Like, of course, they're not going to be guaranteed property rights and, all this other stuff because you're only here on a work visa. That's the only reason you are allowed to be in here. You're not even like fully an immigrant green card. You're here just to work on this farm. That is the agreement that you agreed to. So it's not slavery if they agreed to it. It might suck, might be terrible. I can agree with all that. But they signed their, they put their name on it. A soldier has to work in terrible conditions, losing his life, losing a limb and all that. Is he a slave? Well, he agreed to it, right? He put his name on the dotted line. So, no, that's not the same. But all these people who are here illegally, absolutely, they got to go. It doesn't matter how long you've been here. And because of these woke policies and these idiot woke Democrats that have kicked the can down the road, refusing to actually do their job, the uniparty, whatever you want to call it. And then with Joe Biden letting millions and millions in, people have never seen this before. They've never seen people being grabbed, deported en masse on live TV. So this is all new and it's shocking. It's terrible. But as the polls show, the majority of people in America agree with the deportations. They want them gone because we don't want to pay for their health benefits. We don't want to pay for their SNAP benefits. We don't want to pay for people to illegally be in our country while hurting other Americans. But hit that like button and notification bell if you're enjoying the video. And if you want to help support the channel, check out the link in the description and let's get back in.
These people, you're saying they don't have legal status, any status,
simple
whatever
as that.
Status it is. You can say as simple as that. But
Yeah.
these industries, these working American people who claim that their labor, especially agricultural workers, these industries depend on migrant labor. They depend on migrant labor, and once they even get legal migrant labor, these people are living and working under slave conditions. So even if you were to obtain an H-2A visa, you're still discriminated
That has
against
nothing to do with ICE.
Going through the system legally. So what even is the point?
You're complaining about the employers.
So what even is the point of going it through illegally?
Look.
If this is how you're treated.
Once
you're treated like a legal citizen in this country, you're literally a fucking slave. That's right? Is that a right? Should that be right?
Again, your grievance is with the employers.
Should that be right? If
your
you're
grievance,
a citizen, you should be treated as a fucking slave in this country.
Just calm down for a second.
So ICE is doing a lot of fucking shit wrong.
What you're complaining about right now are the employers.
The employers, exactly.
The employers,
but the employers support this. The employers support ICE being in the country.
ICE,
a lot of these people voted for Trump.
ICE are actually there to take them from the employment that you're talking about. Like ICE is there to rescue them from the employment.
No. ICE
send them back home.
There to rescue them because even if you go through the proper channels, if you come into this country legally, there's no right for you as a worker.
What you're arguing
citizen,
for is not the topic. You're arguing against predatorial companies. Fine, yeah, I agree that could be a problem.
That is a fucking problem.
But that's okay. But the topic isn't predatorial companies that abuse the visa system. The topic is people are here illegally and ICE does nothing wrong by deporting them. You're arguing something completely different, man.
No, I'm arguing under the same vein.
No, you're not. You're arguing about predatory employers. Not the same.
Yeah, not the same. These predatory employers actually do support the ICE.
You have another topic that you want to discuss?
Yeah.
Besides that was it?
I think Myron Gaines has a good point. We need a moratorium on immigration. We need to fix and revamp our broken immigration systems. And hey, I get corporations are absolutely going to take advantage of these visa systems as well. But you know what? That's not on the fault of ICE. That's not on the fault of all these, hardworking police officers who are doing their job. And this whole craze about us enforcing our borders, enforcing, the actual defense of our rules and laws. This is all the wokeness, all the woke brainwashing that the left has, put into people's heads that's forced them to absolutely just go crazy over us just doing what we should have already been doing years ago. And for all the folks who unfortunately, might be losing their EBT, stamps, losing their food benefits, who have, been gaming the system now that Democrats just want to shut down everything because they hate America. Well, there might be jobs out in the field for you. I don't know. But thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about what Myron Gaines had to say, completely schooling this woke fool in this college campus debate on our broken immigration system. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.